I remember she said she couldn't leave me alone. But what to do? I don't know what they want me to do, but since my identity cannot be revealed, it's best to avoid it if you can. I remember, he's level 1, right? If we have a mock battle, I feel like Nina will be long-winded again. Freshman, can't you use magic? Right here. When I heard someone asking this question, I hurriedly responded. Almost at the same moment, Professor Leon also intervened. Rapi, you just received Lord Badger's favor, so shouldn't you have manifested the magic yet? I manifested it. I was a little confused, but I answered honestly. As a result, Professor Leon showed a bit of a headache with a wry smile on his face. So you have magic. What, why didn't you tell me earlier? As long as you show us, we'll know how strong you are. If you can use magic, even level 1 can be used. Play the role of defender. Seeing the students' instant emotional reactions, I reacted belatedly. The so-called magic is considered a method of certain death. Its importance and attractive degree account for a large proportion of ability value. Whether you have useful magic will obviously affect your popularity in the team. Nina looked at me with a very surprised expression. The students who were playing just now also showed great curiosity. So much so that now I can no longer avoid being tested by them. Professor Leon said that just now he was helping me, trying to get rid of the magic subject. It's obviously a human being. What is the attribute of the magic that appears? What type? Beside me, who was panicking, the dwarf Igli-san raised his bangs and walked forward, shaking out his tight battle attire. That's attack magic. I'll prepare the barrier, and you can fire it as much as you want. Now, I'm not the one who can say anything on the field. There was an air of, I lied, or I shouldn't have been allowed to say that. My cheeks twitched, and after I replied softly, Igli-san tilted the corner of his mouth and showed a provocative smile. He walked away, stopped near the center of the field, and then faced me again, with his hands outstretched. After chanting the short article, an earth-colored wall of light rose up. Here it comes. Igli's specialty, rock wall. I feel like this time will also be a big surprise. This guy really doesn't have a long memory. Hey freshman, hurry up. Igli is stronger than the barrier, don't worry. Be serious. Boys and girls encouraged me, and I was attacked from both sides. Forced to step forward, I sweat profusely and look at my palms. They said they wanted to act, but... Hero's Wish activates. Start charging. Maximum charge complete. Go ahead. Fire bolt. Defeated dash. Igli was beaten. This kind of power is like that of a first-level adventurer. This is the power of a first-level adventurer. This guy is an illegal intruder, Clown Bell. No 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 no. Absolutely not. If you take it seriously, it will definitely be a blast in every way. In order not to expose your identity, you can only lower the power as much as possible. I stretched out my trembling arms and pointed at Igli-san, who opened the barrier. In short, he must not be harmed and his magic and mental power must be greatly suppressed. Hey Dash, hurry up and sing. You want to use it. Sing. I complained because it was too slow, and when I heard that, I made this crazy sound. Right, right. Magic usually requires spells. If used directly, no chanting magic, just firebolt, I will definitely be suspected. Faced with a new crisis, my brain threatened to overheat. Nina looked at me anxiously, but I had no intention of caring anymore. The tension, hesitation, and weight made my vision spin. Faced with this situation that was beyond my ability to think and process, I sweat profusely in the first few seconds. So, after trying my best to come up with the fake chant, what I said out of my mouth was, "Burn, burn everything, the karma of foreign dharma." And this became the reason for my failure. I desperately searched for a spell that matched the flames. To suppress the power, I desperately tried to infuse the minimum amount of mental power, so I easily lost control of the magical power. This one has no reins, he was a fierce horse. The feeling of being high for a moment and looking for a place to let off steam. Feeling the sensation I experienced for the first time, I realized my big failure, and remembered my older brother's face like a revolving door. This is what wealth often allows others to experience. The next moment, boom. Magic explosion. Real or fake? Lapi-kun. Igli-san opened the barrier, and other students and Nina screamed due to the explosion's light and shockwave. A violent explosion occurred, and after the rising smoke dissipated, I lay on my back in a large shape on the ground and was completely singed, looking up at the blue sky with my eyes. I actually became a first-level adventurer. He did something stupid like a magic blast even though he didn't have chant magic. Nina ran here in a hurry. After experiencing such an unprecedented failure, I thought from the bottom of my heart, I really want to be part of this heaven and disappear. So on this day, Lapi Fleming's mysterious new life, because he was very nervous, caused an explosion of magical power, so he was at the bottom. A shameful title. Then, Lapi will join, Beetleban's third team. Are you kidding me? As an amateur, I was also hated by my future teammates. After being burned, I accepted Nina's healing magic. Before I could do anything else, the comprehensive battle was almost over. At this moment, after hearing Professor Leon's announcement, about 3 demi-humans launched a violent attack of protest. Why do I have to form a team with a layman like that, Professor? We don't even fight now. Just one test shot caused a burst of magical power. The voice was the most excited. What is in question is the dwarf who even forgot to lift his bangs, Igli-san. Yes, you are absolutely right. We are already a group of 4, heavy, we don't need emergency food or human shields. The person who muttered in a low voice wore a quilt covering the lower half of his face. A dark elf covered in a mask that looks like armor. In fact, what she said was scary. It's here again, the test of the gods. The goddess of the Fianna clan. Envious of my strength, they are inflicting suffering on me. The last one is a little human boy who is about the same height as Lily, isn't he a girl? No, it's probably a boy. He closed his eyes, smiled and declared quite confidently. I was simply considered a sufferer. Seriously, is it true, Professor Leon? Lapi-kun is going to join our squad. Ah. This may increase the burden on you, Captain, but I hope you can rely on Lapi more. He should be able to help you, Nina. Finally, after the treatment, Nina stood up with a surprised expression. I was shocked. But I kind of understand. Teacher Leon planned this from the beginning, so he asked me to take Lapi-kun around the school. This is probably what Professor Leon and Lord Balder think. It's just... I'm sorry, Nina. The squad everyone's talking about is... I can probably guess that it should refer to the units that form a combat team. The discipline of combat techniques stipulates that when carrying out field investigations or combat missions outside the campus, a group of 4 people must be formed. Sometimes the number of people isn't so perfect, so it will be a group of 5 people. There are as many classes as there are gods in the school district, and the teams are subdivided from them. It is said that the reason for forming a team in the same class is to make it easier to upgrade the ability scores on a squad basis. Judging from the educational system, the team will repeat the process of someone leaving the team and then adding members again and again, but after all, the members are selected by the gods and teachers, so the team members seem to be quite complementary to each other, but this could cause problems for you later. Sorry, Nina. How can it be trouble? Isn't there such a thing? Lapi-kun and I are on the same team, which makes me feel relieved. If you join the other party's squad, I'll probably always be worried about you. Nina shook one of her long emerald brown hair and laughed, and she couldn't help but smile bitterly when I saw it. She is very attentive. This kind of place is exactly the same as Miss Ina's. It's just. Nina looked away with some difficulty, and I looked too. Before her eyes were fellow Igli and other team members who were still clinging to Professor Leon. Come on, worst team ever. Worst group.